I was walking with the neighbor fella yesterday, and he was telling me how he's been in this area in Breckenridge for 26 years. He's married, he has a daughter, adult daughter, and he is dissatisfied. And that's, my place. Like, where are you feeling that dissatisfaction? Tell me about it. And I mean, these are my words to what he was saying, but basically, he's filled in the space he's created here. And it's beautiful. It's in the mountains. He hikes, he bikes, he skis, like, and in his words, where else can I find all of this? And I didn't say it out loud, but I'm like, a million other places in the world, really. Thousands of other places in this country. Um, and he did share that his wife, like when he says these things to her, she's like, you should be grateful, you should be grateful, you should be grateful. And I told him, this is the place of the plateaued pioneer. So, this is when you have built something that is incredible, and then you've kind of grown into it, and now you're kind of growing out of it, but it's really good. And so then you tell yourself that you should be grateful for it. I should be grateful for all that I have. And what I said to him is, it's very natural to want more. And he said, is it more or is it just different? And I said, well, I don't mean more like necessarily more money, more house, more material, something, but more of you. You're looking for more of you. Like, you have played out the version of you that's in this experience, in this job, in this place, in this house, and you're looking for more of yourself. And it's the gratitude saboteur. Gratitude is not always a saboteur, but it can come in like that, like a secret little, sneaky little, it's October, so I'm going to say ghost, and tell you that, well, you have it so good. Look at everybody else. I mean, how can you possibly complain? And I'm going to say, you, as an energetic organism, are in this state of pulsation, contraction, and expansion, just always, period. And the next expansion doesn't look like this, and maybe it isn't. This is like where my work comes in and what I love to do with people so much. Maybe it isn't that you need to move. I don't know. Maybe you do. I did. I needed to move to another state to experience more of myself. Maybe it is that, but it isn't always. But there's definitely, like, you're unsettled. And that just could mean choosing a different path. That could mean choosing a new activity or hobby. That could mean selling your house, moving across the country. you know, it depends, but it's that place, and it's such a funny little spot where it's like the guilt and the gratitude are like holding you back from actually claiming what you want, claiming what you want. And it's okay to want more of yourself. And if the more of yourself means, not in this guy's case necessarily, but if it means more money, if it means more shoes, if it means a larger home, if it means more family, whatever your more is, that's okay too. It doesn't make you greedy. It makes you a creative being. And we are all creative beings. And I contemplate this a lot because of, like, growing up with the feeling of, and then confirming very clearly with my mom a couple years ago when I started teaching about money. Because I was like, I want to know if this feeling I have is accurate, where she thinks people who want money are greedy. And when I first heard that, felt that, became aware of that, I wanted to rail against it. Um, and then as time, has gone on, I recognize also that like the way I was raised, she and my stepdad are like, if you don't have enough money to survive, you're a bum. I don't know that my mom thinks that, but that's my stepdad's thinking. And then my mom's thinking is if you want more than you need to get by, you're greedy. So it's this narrow ass fucking window that's okay to live inside. And when I realized that, I was like, well, that's obviously absurd. Like, that's obviously absurd for me. Like, it works for them. That's cool. But it's an absurd idea to like put on other people too. Like, you should only want just enough and nothing more. And like, in my experience, that is just such an absurd thing that I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to live inside that. Either one of those. I don't have to live inside either one of those. But wanting more, again, fill in your noun, money, home, family, whatever, um, is just a byproduct of wanting to experience more of yourself. And money is it's something I love talking about, and it's such a topic in the world right now, the economy, and, people are being furloughed and, all this stuff. Wanting more money, like, let's say that your experience has been, and my experience has been this for sure, in my life at different times. Let's say your experience has been like you've only ever had just enough money and you always feel like you have to borrow against credit cards or whatever to like live the life that you want. So some people, like if we're talking about my parents' lens, would say, well, you're being irresponsible. And I would say that your desire for more money is your desire to experience yourself out of I always feel like I need to like, what is it? I was going to say the Peter Paul thing, steal from, I don't know what it is. Never mind. Let's go back. Let's go back. Um, Steal from Peter to pay Paul, whatever that thing is. Uh, so you want to experience yourself like not in that struggle. Like that struggle is a real thing. It's a true thing. And like wanting to pay for like using your credit cards to pay for a life that's a little bit bigger than your salary also does not make you greedy. um and I don't know what you're paying for. So I can't, like it's very individualistic, but wanting more money means I don't have to be in this push pull all the time. I don't have to be in this push pull all the time. I could see what I'm like when I could just have some ease. I could see what I'm like when I just have. I could see what I like when I feel safe, actually. I could feel what I'm like when I like see the workshop coming up that I really want to take. And I've seen it come up every single year for 8 years. And I just haven't had the money for it, plus travel, plus hotel, plus, plus, plus. And then I see it show up and I'm like, oh, I can do that. I could just go do that. Like, I don't have to worry about that. And then who do I become when I go take that workshop? What opens up in me that sparks a whole new evolution of my being? People, that is not greed. It's not greed. Um, Sadly, we have seen some really terrible examples of people having money and taking advantage of people, to put it lightly, killing people, changing the laws in the government, not changing the laws in our government that could, make things better, all to accumulate more money. And those are bad examples. That was a very strong structure in our world for a long, 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 long time. And it's not everybody. I mean, there are millionaires. I'm thinking of celebrity millionaires. I'm thinking of, talk show millionaires. I'm thinking of individual people who are millionaires, who are business coaches or whatever, who use their power that actually has nothing to do with the money. That's not totally true. But it's how they wield the power that they have. Money backs some of that power, but um, you don't really get money without power, because money is an exchange and people won't give it to you unless you have some kind of power, whether it's directly or indirectly. And how they wield their power, which is also not innately bad. Money is not innately bad. Power is not innately bad. Um, and I know plenty of millionaires that wield their power for good. They wield their power to lift people up. They wield their power to help liberate people. They wield their power to make more people, not make more, but bring more people along who can like break down that old structure that is so dysfunctional that we've been living inside of for so long. And now we can all see it so clearly. It's so obvious. And I don't care what side on the spectrum, like politically or whatever you are, like everybody's seeing the dysfunction. Everybody's seeing the dysfunction. And now there are enough people who have found their own way and found their own guides to lift themselves up. And some of the guides they have found are millionaires, to lift themselves up. And now we're like, oh no, oh no. And I don't know that the action has quite gotten to the point of fighting the dysfunction, but it's getting there. And more people with more power who want, I don't want to say want the best for everybody, because I think a lot of people in power think that's what they're doing, but want to help people find the best in themselves. Like, we want more of those people to have money, don't we? If you're one of those people, don't you want money so you can create more of that in the world too? So, dear neighbor who was walking with me yesterday, yes, you have a good life. And if you feel genuinely enough gratitude that you want to stay there, I support you. And if you feel complacent and a little caged inside your life, those are the people who are not creating change. Like, duh. I mean, duh. um, but it's that feeling and that like thought experience of, well, I have enough, well, I should be grateful, da, 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 la, 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 that keeps things stale. And if they're stale in your personal world and your home and your body and your mind, they're stale outside of you as well. But if you are like, the biggest revolution in my life right now would be to actually start finding something that feels new and exciting and interesting, that is you breaking down the old shit that doesn't function anymore. And that is the internal shit, and it reflects out into the external shit. Every new thing you participate in and create in your system is creating newness in the entire world. universe. Like it's that energetic pulsation. And if you sit around thinking that you don't really deserve to or need to change anything, even for yourself, then that's more of that energy in the world. And just because you do decide to change something doesn't mean you have to also then go out and change it in the world. You already did. You can be a revolutionary person by going left instead of right on your way to on your walk to work or your drive to work. Take a different fucking path. That's revolutionary. I'm not kidding you.